What's going on, everybody? It is Sean. This is the Spooky Spooky Horror Show. I'm here with Anthony.
Heyo.
And today we will be talking about his pick, the 2012 found footage, supernatural.
Okay, we're good.
Yeah, supernatural horror film, The Lords of Salem. This is the third take because
why'd you have to say it? We could have just pretended like it didn't happen. You know, we'll cut it out and put it back up on YouTube.
One cut. But yeah. So before we get into The Lords of Salem, Anthony, how has your week been?
Well, first I hurt my rotator cuff, so I was out for that. Still healing up with that one. And then I went and had a vasectomy yesterday. That was fun. It actually was kind of weird. Yeah, it's kind of weird. We had a whole conversation. We were talking about cars. It's funny. Awkward, but funny. Yeah, you know, I legitimately, it felt like, you know, like the straw cleaners, little rotor cleaners. It felt like that, like inside my sack. Like, oh, you're gonna feel some pressure. Well, no fucking shit, I'm gonna feel it. And then I forgot that I wore my Bad Religion shirt because I had a sweater on. So you know, you gown down. I had my Bad Religion shirt on, but it's a red Bad Religion shirt. It says Bad Religion down the side, and it's two hot nuns making out and fondling each other. And I completely forgot that's the shirt. I'm laying down with this shirt right in front of this fucking doctor, this surgeon. I get home, I'm like, oh, this was the shirt I wore? And my wife gave me the look of like, are you really? Because you don't know that's your shirt? Like, I was like, that was a bad fucking idea. So yeah, I went and got fixed and fucked up my arm. How was your week?
So this is the first podcast back. We skipped last week. My birthday was last week. The day before my birthday, well, the night before my birthday, my dog died. So I spent my birthday finding a crematorium, then waiting for the ashes to be ready to be picked up. I got a birthday present for industrial storage for all my camera gear and shit like that. And then while I took that time off, I decided, you know what? Let me just get up to, because we only have three now, but we had Lords of Salem, the Deep House,
Babadook, and
then Killer Clowns. So 4.
That's it.
Yeah, but what I wanted to do on that, like, since we weren't doing the podcast, I decided, you know what? Let me just get all the research and shit done and taken care of.
Well,
so
yeah,
all I have left of the Babadook is the fun facts, and then I just need to do Killer Clowns from Outer Space. That'll be super easy because it's one of my favorite films.
You can fucking write that with your eyes closed. In your sleep, you can write that shit.
Yeah. So I did that, and then this is my first week back streaming.
Do you have a Hawaiian Killer Clown shirt?
No, because I haven't been able to find like a good quality one.
All right, then me and you need to find one before we had that podcast. We'll both have one on
because it's like
it's the season finale.
Yeah, because like this one, it's a Hawaiian shirt, straight up Hawaiian shirt with a ghost face,
80s,
Leatherface,
80s ones,
Myers. That looks like a teddy bear back there, but I can't fucking tell. Freddy Krueger and shit like that.
Vice City done.
Yeah. But all right, you ready to talk about some production facts? Okay, so
what did Senior Rob do?
The Lords of Salem is a 2012 supernatural found footage. God damn it, I keep saying found footage because I'm so used to doing found footage films.
Yeah.
The Lords of Salem is a 2012 supernatural horror film written, produced, and directed by Rob Zombie. It stars Sherry Moon Zombie, unfortunately, Bruce Davison, Jeff Daniel Phillips, Ken Foray, Patricia Quinn, Dee Wallace, who I love, Judy Geeson, and Meg Foster. I've seen a bunch of these people in stuff. Some of these are people that pop up in a lot of Rob Zombie's things.
Oh yeah, they're the regulars.
This is the first film Rob Zombie shot digitally on a Red 1 MX with Panavision Primo lenses. So all the previous things, they were all shot film. This is the first thing he did digital.
But digital? Oh, wow.
Yeah. Are you drinking Liquid Death?
I told you, I actually drink the fucking drink, dude.
Oh. I thought you were just making fun of me because I'm drinking Gamer Sup's titty milk.
No, I actually have it. Yes, I have a subscription, so I get it 1,000 times cheaper, and it comes to my house every month.
Hey, you know who's invested in that?
Who? Steve-O.
Bert Kreischer, and I think Whitney Cummings.
Sure?
Yep.
Whitney Cummings, I know her.
Bert Kreischer is the dude that's always shirtless, called The Machine, the comedian. He's got a ton of shit on Netflix. He's really funny. He does a podcast with Tom Segura, who's another funny-ass comedian. But we're not talking about them. We're talking about the fact that this film, The Lords of Salem, had a budget of $1.5 million and started shooting October 17th, 2011, and was released on March 12th, 2013. The film was given a limited release in April with a box office of 1.5 million. It received mixed reviews from critics and only made back its budget.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Oh,
it cost
sucks.
1.5. It made 1.5. And I know why.
Wash.
What are your spoiler-free thoughts on The Lords of Salem?
Honestly, I had to watch it 3 times to get me to like it. I found it randomly one day, and I like Rob Zombie films. Actually, when I say that, I mean like the House of a Thousand Corpses. Yeah, like his first fucking time when he did it. Those are great. So I found that one. I was like, okay, well, I kind of like that really creepy fucking like lore shit and witchcraft stuff. And when I first put it on, I was like, no, I'm not gonna do this shit.
Yeah.
But on the second time, I'm like, this is really just no. And the third time, when I fully watched it, I was like, okay, I can get it now. I get the movie now.
Yeah.
So spoiler free. I mean, if it's free, watch it. Don't pay for it. That's for sure.
Yeah. Okay. So I really like House of a Thousand Corpses.
Okay. I was gonna say, what are you gonna say you like from it? Yes, House of a Thousand Corpses was fucking great.
And it came at a time where it was a very unique film.
Yes.
However, every film that he has made since then is exactly like House of a Thousand fucking Corpses. Every one of them.
Wait a minute. Halloween, when he redid it, wasn't like that.
It had the same dirty fucking, what does he call it? Like Psychobilly? Yeah, it had all the same shit.
I think it's called Psychobilly. Well, yeah,
he's not expanding his
his
craft.
Fuck.
And
100%.
And honestly, I feel like that's a large problem. This movie could have been good.
Well, if it expanded his horizons more?
Yeah. He shot digitally. It gives him a lot more leeway. He could do a lot more takes. He could have hired better actors. His wife should not have been the lead.
Why?
His wife is dog shit.
Everything.
Yes,
she's
that's
in
fine.
Everything.
That's fine.
But I liked all the other actors. They're in a bunch of other shit that he's in.
All the other actors are great, except for Jeff Daniel Phillips, the dude that played the love interest in this. He's also Herman Munster in The Munsters.
Okay. Oh, I heard that. I have to watch that. I heard that flop like a motherfucker.
Yeah, because then he tried to course correct and he's like, "Oh, and it's not good." All the actors in this are great, but to kind of make your wife, who is a terrible actress,
the linchpin. That makes sense, but he doesn't do that. That's the problem.
Oh yeah.
He's saying make her as cameos like Stan Lee, but
even if she
tries to promote her up front as a front runner, and it doesn't work.
And she only acts in his movies, so it's not like she's going out and she's getting more experience as an actress working on other things. She only acts in his stuff.
Or anything else.
She's done one movie that wasn't his, and I think it was like a cameo role in like Tobe Hooper's Toolbox Murders or something like that. Yeah, it was like a small little cameo. Shit? I guess so. I've never seen it. Man. But that's it. Everything else is Rob Zombie related, and I can't get past that because she's so bad that it weighs down the rest of the movie.
You make her sound like she's
terrible.
I don't think she's
fucking terrible.
Bad as you're saying, but she's not great.
She's fucking terrible. Bruce Davison was amazing. He's a really great actor, you know? Yeah. Ken Foray, he's great. Like in a ton of the stuff he does. Dee Wallace, I fucking love Dee Wallace. Dee Wallace is great. Meg Foster is fucking amazing, you know?
Wait, who mentioned Meg Foster?
Meg Foster was
Wasn't she like
actual
the head witch?
Yeah, no. She was the one that was dead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. This I'm showing him. This is Meg Foster.
That's the one I'm talking about. Yeah. Okay, we're on the same page. Yeah. Okay.
You know, but it's like you go through
the Elden witch chick.
Yeah. Anari God said, imagine Sherry Moon Zombie working for Quentin Tarantino. She'd be fired in a week tops.
But
You know?
Quentin Tarantino is a vastly different fucking type of screenplay. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He's a lot more cinematic and artsier than Zombie's gonna be.
the other problem I have with the film is he yeah like the shock value things. Like whenever he does like those stupid, in every one of his films he always has to do some weird stupid psychedelic bullshit insert shot.
Oh yeah,
it's like, stop it.
I know what you're talking about.
It doesn't help the fucking scene at all. It's just it's like, oh, look how fucking it's like, shut the fuck up. It doesn't matter.
His movies are.
It doesn't matter.
That's what he does in all of them.
If I made one movie where I put someone shitting on top of a cake and everyone was like, oh my god, it was like, when that happened, that was like crazy. And then I'm like, I'm gonna do it for every movie. People would be like, this is kind of stupid now. And that's what it is. It's you're just going
breeds
back.
innovation, doesn't it?
So I personally don't like this movie. Anthony likes it, but still says,
I like
don't,
it.
Don't pay for it. Don't pay for it.
No, don't.
I'm saying I don't like it, but if you like Rob Zombie, you want to see it.
I actually paid for it, and I want my money back.
Yeah. If I say if you like Rob Zombie and you want to see his whole filmography, I'm sorry for you. Two, don't pay for it. Watch it for free. It'll pop up free somewhere.
It's for free. It's been out long enough.
Yeah, but all right, you ready to get into this fucking awful plot?
Tolerable. Yeah, you know what? Actually, Nargon might be right. Tolerable is more of a word.
I feel like the film would be more tolerable if Sherry Moon Zombie wasn't in it. And here's the thing.
So who would you cast? But who would you cast for that, though?
I don't know. But like, here's the thing. Like, it's not like I hate Sherry Moon Zombie. No, I'm hella attracted to her. Like, she's
actress.
She's gorgeous. She's just not a good actress. I think I'm gonna check the script real quick. There was someone in here. I believe she was uncredited. It wasn't Dee Wallace.
That what? Like went to go for the position and got something else like that?
No, Barbara Crampton.
Okay.
She's another like 80s horror icon. She was in.
Okay.
She was like a cameo. Like her and Dee Wallace are like of the same like era and genre of horror movies. She was like, I think, an uncredited cameo because I saw her pop up and I was like, oh fuck, it's Barbara. And then they didn't do anything with it. They didn't do anything with her. And I'm like, she is a far better actress than Sherry Moon Zombie. They look about the same age. Especially where Sherry's supposed to be like all like crackheady and shit. Like, she would have been a better fit than as like a lead actress because at least she can act. That's so it's like you ask, well, if not her, then who? Barbara Crampton.
Maybe her, Barbara Crampton.
Here I will pull up a.
I've never mind Sherry Moon. I never thought she was anything like insane or nothing.
Yeah.
I just feel that she's just casted in his roles because that's where he makes the movies off of. I think he envisions her in the role and makes it around it, you know?
Yeah.
Use what's ready to you, kind of.
Yeah. So this is Barbara Crampton.
Right? I could see that it's almost the same thing. Give her a dread wig.
You don't even need to have dreads. Like, there's no reason for her to have dreads. The only reason the character has dreads. No, the only reason the character has dreads is because she, at the time, had disgusting, dirty dreads. That's the only reason.
I don't think that's her real hair.
No, it was, because her and Rob had the same fucking hair for years. But yeah, she's also the voice of Mom in Back for Blood. But a movie that she was in, she's like the love interest from the Reanimator movies. Do you remember those movies?
Oh yeah. I do remember them now that you
that's Barbara Crampton. That's her.
Oh, okay. A much younger
one. Well, yeah, because that was like years ago and everything. But a movie that she was in
years ago.
A movie that she was in recently that's fucking amazing, and it's a vampire movie because she's another like horror person. It's called Jacob's Wife. But all right, let's throw up some
meat and potatoes.
This one?
Let's do this.
All right. The film opens with Heidi, played by Sherry Moon Zombie, in the passenger seat of a car. We don't know who's driving. We don't know where she's going because it immediately cuts away to thinking it's Nathaniel Hawthorne talking about witches and a coven, and then a bunch of gross, dirty women and one dude get naked and dance around a fire screaming and laughing maniacally and shit, until we get a title card, and then it cuts to Monday.
Goddamn Mondays, right?
We hate Mondays. We're in Heidi's apartment. She's sleeping fully nude, except for knee-high socks, ass out on full display. Wait, but not only is she sleeping naked, if you notice, it's like when the alarm goes off, she starts jiggling her ass. Like, what is that? That doesn't make any sense. It's like I saw it, and then
my ass. I ain't got one. I don't know.
it goes from a wide shot of just her bare ass, and then it goes to a close-up of her ass. Then it goes to like a medium wide tracking shot of her ass. I'm like, what the fuck is going on in this movie? None of this has anything to do with the fucking plot of the movie, but you're spending so much fucking time on this chick's fucking bare ass. If she's so naked, why the fuck is she wearing knee-high socks? Oh, she's cold?
These socks are attractive.
No, they're not. These look like homeless. Attractive. Dude, they look like a homeless person knee-high socks. Get out of here.
Did you see the character? There's very much...
She has a really nice apartment. She has a nice-ass apartment until she destroys it. But yeah, so the radio's blaring. She wakes up, pets her dog, pees. She goes outside to pick up her paper, and she sees the new tenant down the hall. I think it's apartment 5. She's like,
the new tenant.
Yeah. She's like, hi, neighbor. And then they slam the door on her. Heidi runs into the landlord when going to take her dog for a walk, and talks to the landlord about the new tenant. And I think congratulates her too, because it's like, I guess they couldn't rent the apartment. Yeah, like I think they couldn't rent that apartment. And it's like, oh, congratulations, you finally got it rented. And the woman's like, we never rented that apartment. What are you talking about?
Anybody? Who are you talking about?
Yeah. She congratulates the landlord on renting out the apartment, and the landlord's like, I never rented it out. And she's like, well, someone's in there because I saw them, and then they slammed the door in my face. She's like, all right, I'll go check on it to make if it makes you happy. You should check on it, because a tenant says that they saw someone in an apartment that you are not renting. What are you talking about? You
got a squatter, or you got some haunted shit going on.
Yeah, what the fuck? So she goes up to check, and pretty much just jiggles the door handle, and it's locked. And then she's like, okay, and walks away. How is that good enough?
Have like a bayless keys of like fucking doors for every door keys.
But it's like, okay, the door's locked. Yeah, someone is inside and locked the door. That's the concern.
No, they're not gonna have it unlocked if it is.
No, but what I'm saying is, if she saw someone there and they went inside and slammed the door, checking the door and being like, okay, the door's locked, doesn't do anything, because she saw someone go inside and shut it. That doesn't mean
anything. Yeah, effectively you could have just done nothing. It would have been the same result.
Yeah, we get a shitty transition to her. I think it's a night job as a radio DJ.
I love that. Fuck your goddamn transitions too.
Dude, I'm about to go into this, because this is I don't get this. We get a shitty transition into her night job as a radio DJ with her co-workers Whitey, played by Jeff Daniel Phillips, and Munster, played by Ken Foree. Jeff Daniel Phillips plays Herman Munster in Zombie's Netflix show The Munsters. So it's funny that it's Whitey, played by Jeff Daniel Phillips, I think I said his name right, and then Ken Foree, the black guy, is Munster. However, Jeff Daniel Phillips,
the other guy plays Munster.
Yeah, how in the Munsters, Jeff Daniel Phillips plays Herman Munster, and in Lords of Salem, Jeff Daniel Phillips plays Herman Whitey Salvador. Huh. So there's another Herman Munster. So I have a feeling that Jeff Daniel Phillips, I have a feeling that Rob Zombie's just always been into fucking what's his face.
The they said that. Yeah, that he was his dream to do that. And I think they used that Dragular car from that video. I think they used that to make the Munster mobile.
Yeah. We get some shitty rock music being played, and then an interview with some douchebag that takes his shtick way too seriously. After that, they play more music and then dance around.
In his head?
I don't know. What radio show is this?
Oh, this is like a public access, bro. This is
This is like an actual radio station like thing. This isn't like public access radio. Like, they don't get paid for that shit. This is a legitimate radio show. So I'm like, what fucking in Rob Zombie's
You got ghosts there, son? What's up?
Oh, God damn it. Another guy played the knocking. I heard someone knocking. It's freaking me out.
Yes. Oh, that was
asshole.
perfect. He's looking around like, what is going on?
I thought someone was knocking on my fucking window, and I'm like, what the hell's going on?
Get on heaven's door, wow.
But no, I don't know what kind of crackhead fucking radio station Rob Zombie has like seen. I have never, you know, like in those comedies where like they're making fun of a radio station and they're like, all right, fart sound, oh, me so horny. That's essentially what he did with this. Howard Stern's not even that bad though. They would have random like skits, but this is like while songs are playing, they're getting up and dancing with each other, but they're alone in a fucking radio booth. This doesn't make any sense.
Dude, you're a party pooper. Maybe they just wanted to get down.
No, it has nothing to do with
have fun.
It has nothing to do with party pooper. It's his script is so shit that he doesn't have enough stuff to pad out his time, that he has to be like, just dance around, go fucking woo, and it's like it doesn't make any sense. Anyway, that terribleness.
With the orchids today.
They're all leaving for the night, and she checks in with the receptionist, and the receptionist tells her that some strange box came for her containing an album called The Lords, and it was addressed to. But it's not addressed to her character. I forget what the fuck her name is in this. Fucking Wendy Bootstraps or some fucking stupid shit like that. But it's addressed to her real name.
Oh,
which is what's the weird thing?
Like, yeah, not supposed to go to that.
So she goes back to her apartment with Whitey. They're listening to some more music, whatever. They seem like they're blasting that music way too fucking loud.
Of course they are.
Isn't it the middle of the night?
See, when it looks like they go in at like at 8 at night when to do their shows, so I'm gonna think they get off past midnight.
Yeah, because
you know,
like I've never lived in an apartment like that. I've always wanted to. No, I went from having a house to moving out into my grandmother's house and paying the bills there, and then
you never had apartment or studio life.
Yeah, so then I got married. And the wife and I moved from New York to Houston, and we lived in an apartment complex, but it was all
you can afford that shit there.
It was what are they called? Like the semi-attached houses.
Oh, mother-daughters.
Yeah, you know, like where it's like it's not like one on top of the other. Everyone has their own
side.
Yeah, and it was like that. And the most and then from there we moved to Austin, which had a regular like just 2 floors, like that's it, and everyone's pretty separated. And then we moved in with her parents when they moved down here when her father died to help them pay bills, and then we bought our own house. So like I've never lived in something like that. So listening to like, because the camera pans out and you can still hear the muffled music, and I'm like, that seems really loud for that late. No one's complaining.
100%. 100% they are.
Because
you've never had the guy with the broom at the top of the thing or something pounding on the wall. No, you have a guy slamming on their front door. Hell yeah, man.
The most I had was
you weren't poor enough, I guess.
it was me banging on the wall in the apartment in Houston because it was kind of like a studio. It's like the living room and kitchen were downstairs, and then the bathroom and bedroom were upstairs. And it was like 2:00 in the morning, and all I could hear from the wall adjacent to our bedroom, which means it's their bedroom. Pink a toe.
Ew.
That's all I heard. And I was like, what the? And she just kept saying it over and over again.
That's disgusting.
And so then I banged on because I was like, I don't know what. I don't know. I was like, pink a toe. I was like, I don't know, man. Southern people are weird. I don't know what to tell you. But that's the most I had. So it's like, I'm sitting here. I've always wanted to live in an apartment like that, but I'm like, I don't know if I could deal with that.
Yes, Shinari got it.
Drugs. Yeah. But yeah, I know that makes me sound old, but I don't yeah, but it's just one of those things where it's like, that seems really late to be blasting your music and TV. But whatever. They start to crash, so they decide to play the Creepy Music Box album. The record scratches a couple of times before the music starts playing, which is just a series of strings and woodwind instruments playing several notes, then repeating itself.
Yeah.
Heidi
Very,
begins to
very
have
off key.
Heidi begins to have visions of women who worship Satan at an unspecified time in the past, ritually birthing a baby, then damning the child because it doesn't
like
taste good.
No, it's like around the witch trials, no?
It's probably around that time, but that's not what it's seeing. It's seeing that
it's not specified. Oh, I thought it was specified.
No, so it's Meg Foster like cutting a baby out of some woman and then like licking the guts off of it and then being like
so fucking nasty. I was like,
yeah.
How wasn't she gagging in that scene?
Yeah, but they damned the child and then the vision. Yeah, the visions stop once Whitey turns off the album. Apparently, the music made her tired. So Whitey says he'll go. It's a long ride home. And she tells him, no, just crash on the couch. He's surprised by the comment to crash on the couch.
On the couch? Yeah,
and
take on the fucking couch.
Well, that's where I figured they were most likely they used to fuck. Or at least like on occasion.
Or drunk makeouts or something.
Yeah. I thought Heidi was going to sleep because she's tired. Because the very next scene is her sitting in the kitchen eating what looks like a bread sandwich.
Sandwich? What do you mean? Just a loaf of bread? Like slices of bread?
Just slices of bread. It doesn't look like there's anything in between those two slices of bread. It's just white. It's white bread on white bread. Because I saw her eating it. I was like, what the fuck is she eating? Because I thought it was the morning. Because she's like, I'm
if
tired.
You've never had a mayonnaise and peanut butter sandwich, bro. You ain't never fucking
my God.
You ain't never lived fucking
my God.
Food stamp to food stamp, bro.
I've been on food stamps. I've never had a mayonnaise sandwich.
You've never had a mayonnaise and peanut butter sandwich? Oh, you ain't lived that life.
No, just the thought of mayonnaise mixing with peanut butter makes me want to vomit.
Really? Oh, dude, surprisingly, it's not that bad when you're really hungry.
You know, when you're starving, you'll eat just about anything.
Anything. That shit tasted like fucking microwave gold, bro. I was like,
Miracle Whip and cheese.
Miracle Whip and cheese whip. Miracle Whip in general is fucking nasty.
See, even it's not bad when you haven't eaten in 3 days.
See, he gets it. It tastes like really good.
I don't know, man. You
sit there and you're like, I might need another one of these if we have some. Yeah,
like because when you said mayonnaise, I was like
ramen.
I was like, oh, is he trying to say like fluff? Like marshmallow fluff?
No,
it's like
that's a bougie
mayonnaise
thing. We had no fluff growing up. That's a bougie thing. You can buy this. You had mayonnaise and peanut butter. I'm a peanut butter. It's like that Peter Pan one, the roast one.
I've made pickle sandwiches before. Oh God, yeah. See, I'm a Fluffernutter guy.
See, people.
So I guess I'm bougie.
People do really eat like pickles now. I can't eat pickles. I can't smell them.
There's only hamburger pickles that I like, but they have to be on hamburgers.
Cut?
Yeah.
You mean the one with the waves? Yeah. Okay.
Fuck.
I think that's a dill pickle.
There's the sweet gherkins, and those are the only pickles that I can eat. I hate all of the types of pickles. But yeah, so she's eating her bread sandwich and then walking to bed, passing by the bathroom where we see I think that's Meg Foster, that creepy witch, standing there in the bathroom, looking creepy. It's like here's the problem I have with Rob Zombie. Bless you. Or cough. I don't know. The shots that he's doing look great. Like that shot.
Digital.
No. I'm saying like the shot composition of her eating and then passing through, and it's like you're just getting that like boom. That fucking thing is just like standing there, just like naked and gross, and she doesn't see it. Like visually, that's really cool. Shots. Yeah. But then you'll get like, oh, look, it's creepy, it's crazy, we're a radio station, and you're like, I don't fucking care, man.
Overly artistic air angle and overthinking. And it's a dark movie in the first place, so he's like overcompensating that.
Oh, I was watching this on my laptop, and I guess I need to have my laptop monitor calibrated, because when it got to the scene of the person standing in the doorway,
Polished turd is still a turd. Yes.
My posture, yeah. The scene where she first sees the new tenant in 5.
Yeah, that was scary as shit.
I couldn't see anything on my laptop. I'm like, what? There's nothing fucking there.
See it? No, there's a silhouette there.
So I was thinking, oh, he shot this on digital for the first time and has no fucking clue what he's doing. Because on digital, you need way more light. You need way more fucking light. So I was like, maybe it's that. So I was like, let me put I was like, let me put it on the TV and see what it looks like on TV. And it still looks super dark. And I was like, do I have HDR on? And I looked, I was like, why is HDR on? So I turned HDR off and watched again. And I was like, okay, now I can see it. I shouldn't have had to go through all those goddamn steps just to see, okay, there's a silhouette there. But we cut to Tuesday. Heidi is on her way to a AA meeting. I almost called it a AAA meeting. Those are two different things. AAA. I guess she's a drug addict or recovering addict, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I didn't know she was a drug addict at first because I figured if anything, she's probably smoking. I figured, with the gross dreads and everything, she's probably smoking weed and stuff. But it's like apparently she was into like heroin or something like that because from shit that's like said later.
Crack.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Meth or crack.
So she's there. Crack is whack. So yeah. So she does AA and now she's at work. And I still don't get what this radio show is because it's awful. Heidi interviews Francis.
It's like a talk, yeah.
But it's not. It's like he was trying to do like a Howard Stern, Opie and Anthony type thing. Our New York.
That's such a fucked up. Well, I guess so, but I mean, they bring on people with new music and stuff. I mean, I guess it's weird.
Yeah,
but then it's in the middle of the night.
But then again, it's like they're trying to do that. But then also make it like campy, like the Munsters, and it's like the vibe doesn't fit. The vibe that you're setting up between these three people in this radio station doesn't then turn into we're joking around. It doesn't fit that. It doesn't fit that.
I felt they had a pretty good camaraderie.
Yeah, no, they fit as that, but then when you cut in like, oh, they're being wacky, it's like that. It's two completely different things. Like Munster is like way more laid back and like, hey man, like I don't know what's going on, but then he's like and then fucking Whitey is all like, yeah man, like the establishment is all like this, and then he's all like and then she's like, oh yeah, isn't that crazy? Oh fuck me long time. It's like, what is this soundboard? What is this shit that's going on? None of this makes sense. You didn't need any of it. No, not when you look like a crackhead. Sex does not sell when you look like a crackhead. It's on the radio.
Everybody looks beautiful on the radio.
No, everyone sounds beautiful.
I would look beautiful on the radio.
But yeah, there's photos of her out there, so people know what she looks like. So you can't, it's just, I don't get it. Every time they cut to it, it pisses me off because now it's like, okay, she's interviewing Francis.
Give you something to relate to. They want to give you something to like show that the humane part of the character is they go to work in the work setting. Well, how else would she meet that guy? Think about that. They have to set her up with the guy that I don't know, the one that came in and was hitting on her, the scholar or guy.
He wasn't hitting on her.
He was totally hitting on her.
No, he was just talking to her. His wife is listening to the thing.
That man was hitting on her. What are you talking about?
That's if anything, that's gentle flirting that isn't going anywhere. But yeah, so
it wasn't going anywhere. I'm just saying.
Yeah. So Heidi, so it's like they're doing all this fucking stupid shit, and then Heidi interviews Francis Matthias, played by Bruce Davison. He's written a book about the Salem witch trials, and then the station plays the Lord's record, which causes all the women in Salem, other than Heidi, to enter a trance.
Crazy.
After the show is over, Matthias goes and talks to his wife, asking her if about like the band's name, because the band is called the Lords, and then they're like, well, we got it from Salem. We'll make them the Lords of Salem, and it's like, man, whatever. And he basically just says that it bothers him. Later that night, Heidi's landlord Lacey, played by Judy Geeson, I think that's her name. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. I think she's British. Insists that Heidi split a bottle of wine with her and her sisters. Sunny, played by Dee Wallace, who was last seen. I know she was.
Did I just look this up?
No. Because Dee Wallace, she ended up playing Laurie Strode's mother in the Rob Zombie Halloween movies.
Oh, okay.
That was her. I'm just trying to think if I can.
I didn't mind those Halloween movies because I don't like Halloween. But those ones I liked. During later I'll talk about the Halloween movies because I'm with you. I don't mind them as much as people hate them. I have a lot of problems with them, but I don't hate them the way other people seem to fucking hate them. But yeah, her split a bottle of wine with her sisters Sunny and Megan, played by Patricia Quinn. She says she first has to take care of her dog, and then she gets up to her floor. The light at the end of the hallway is swaying like crazy, so much so that you should question it. If you walk upstairs
and the light is just like, oh. You'd be like,
I'm gonna go to bed.
why the fuck is that swaying? But
Yeah.
she doesn't. She just decides to go inside and take care of her dog.
Oh.
Now, I figured, as a pet owner of multiple pets, that when she told them she has to take care of her dog
The
first.
dog, you would figure you got to get at least 15-minute walking, you know?
Yes.
At
So
least 15 minutes.
she's been at work this entire time. She goes inside and then gives the dog food. You're just packing that stuff
And
in.
never walked it.
Yeah.
She did never walk it.
She goes upstairs, she pets him,
dog shit
gives him
everywhere.
food, and then goes back downstairs. He's not graded, so he could just get into anything and just piss and shit on stuff. So it's like, what the fuck? So I was just like, that's just terrible. Oh, and the gross witch is in the kitchen.
Oh yeah, that is true. You find that little can over to that shit.
Yeah, and you see, it's the shots like that are really good. It's just the movie should have been more of that.
At least once a day.
Yeah. Sunny is a self-help guru, and Megan is a palm reader. She tells Heidi she's fated to succumb to her dark sexual desires, that it's the only reason you exist. The fuck is this? Disturbed by that reading, Heidi leaves the party. Later, Heidi notices her dog acting strangely, having gotten out of the apartment and scratching at the creepy apartment door. She enters the supposedly... Well, yeah, probably. Because she probably just went upstairs and then went to sleep. Because we'll get something of her in a minute, of her walking her dog, but I think that's the only time we've ever seen her walk her dog. But yeah, so she enters the supposedly vacant apartment 5 and experiences visions of a demon and a nude witch, which commands that she bleed us a king. Heidi wakes up in bed and assumes the events in apartment 5 were just a vivid nightmare. So she already starts to feel like she's going crazy. Here's something. They never said how long she's supposed to have been sober.
Yeah, no, they did. I think it was several years. She said something. She's like, I've been sober for this long, man. There was a scene, I think, with that other guy when he was asking her about, well, you know, are you good? Are you still doing now again? Because you've been really weird lately. And no, she's like, no, I've been this sober this long.
So if she's been sober that long, how is she falling so hard into this? It's usually once you make it past like.
Yeah, but no, if you take the drug
it's
again,
like
you haven't done it in a while.
Well, no, because I mean, like, she's at this point, like, the weird hallucinations I think should be done. No,
No, you don't know what the fuck they gave her. Like,
Yeah.
listen, I could get only half an hour. And then I'm done, and some people can get 2 hours.
Wait, so are we assuming that they drugged her with the wine?
With that tea, I'm assuming. Yeah, with the wine. Yeah, that's what I'm assuming.
Oh, okay. Because I was like,
well, she didn't do anything beforehand. We don't see any scenes of her doing anything.
Yeah, because it's like she's all of a sudden having like what she's calling weird, vivid nightmares. And instead of going to a doctor to be like, hey, something's I don't know, she's just like, whatever, and then it just progressively gets worse and worse. So I don't know. It's weird that they decided to make her a drug addict. I feel like that's another thing. The drugs don't play a part until the end. It didn't serve a purpose. It was just like, well, she looks like it. So it's now Wednesday. Troubled by the nightmare, Heidi visits a church while walking her dog. She falls asleep, dreaming that she is sexually assaulted by a priest. The priest wakes her up and she flees out of the church. Well, it was weird because even the wife said, why is she sucking his dick?
I think it had to do with like the whole priest thing and devil and all that other stuff.
Because it's like, yeah, he forced her down, but then she took over.
You're damn right. American dream right there.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, he forced her down. It's like, okay, oh man, he's sexually assaulting her. But then, like, he moved his hands and then she just went to work. Like, she didn't fight. I was like, what is this dream right now? I'm very confused. I don't understand it. But then she wakes up because the priest is like, my child, you were sleeping. She's like, and like runs out. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? This is what happens when you hire an This is what happens when you hire an actress that doesn't know how to act. It's either
really hiring if it's just putting your wife in it.
It's just nepotism.
Can't really say it's hiring.
Yeah.
You're paying money into your own fucking family.
But yeah, so she runs out. Apparently, while she went into the church to take a nap, She just left her dog tied up outside. Right? Because
the
dog wasn't in there. Yeah.
I actually, you know what? I actually forgot all about that dog. You're right. That's terrible.
So
while she's
sitting outside with her dog, some ghostly entity comes like walking up, and he's all like, "I've been waiting for you," or something like that. I don't fucking know. Meanwhile, Matthias is researching the Lords. We get visuals of witches being burned to death by Reverend Hawthorne. Back in the olden times, even though witches weren't burned, they were hanged. I don't know, whatever. He discovers some music in the book, and after asking his wife to play the notes on her piano, they confirm it's the same music heard on the record. He finds it weird, but she just thinks it's a coincidence, as someone could have had the same book and just took the music and be like, "Oh, it's us." I mean, it's a book that was published, so other people would have it. Here's my thing. I don't know if I talk about it, but I found it very confusing at first. That when they first played the song on the radio, like
he did look kind of like distressed.
All the women in Salem started to act possessed and stuff.
Yeah,
they didn't really do anything. They just kind of stood there. But then when Matthias got home,
and some of them started attacking some people.
No, they were like, there was one chick that was about to get into the shower, so she just stood there naked. I think that woman did porn. Then there was Barbara Crampton was just standing there. Barbara Crampton was just like sitting there because like you saw her face, but that was about it. There were the two women that were running, I think, a bike repair shop, and they were just like standing there, and then someone else was doing, I don't know. But no one, I don't think anyone like attacked anyone. But when he got home and talked to his wife, like, "Hey, did you listen to the radio show?" And she's like, "Yeah, I did." And I was like, "She's acting really normal." And then he plays it.
Yeah, excluding for everybody else.
Yeah, he play. Then when he's like playing the music, again, she's just normal. And she's like, "Okay," and she starts playing it on the piano, and I'm like,
affect her.
And I was like, "It does." I don't understand why though. Like at this point, I'm like, I don't understand why she's
all of them.
Yeah, she seems to be the only person not affected by this. And I was like, I don't get it. Heidi's radio station announces that they will be giving away tickets to an upcoming Lords of Salem concert. And the record is played again, which causes Heidi to have more strange visions that disturb her. She runs out of the booth and Whitey follows after her. Munster is pissed because I'm assuming he's thinking she's using drugs again. While she's home playing with like a creepy ass toy, there's like shit tons of rats outside of apartment 5. It's like there's a lot of like cuts to stuff that like you don't know what happened. Like when there's no scene where when she, there is. It's like she's in the bathroom and stuff and Whitey's like talking, but I don't feel like Whitey would have just like left. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Someone you care about.
No, I don't think he would have.
That I'm assuming they've had like
they're deep. They have a deep history.
And it's like later, it's like he calls her. Yeah, later he talks to him. He talks to her and is all like, "I know I wasn't there for you the last time, but I'm here for you now." So I am thinking at one point they were a couple, and her drugs probably
interfered,
pushed them apart, and he wasn't there to help her with recovery so much. I don't know, but you get that. So that's why it's like, I don't feel like he would just be like, "Hey, are you all right?" And like whatever she says, he's just like, "All right, I'm gonna go back to," like, I don't see that happening. You know what I mean?
He'd be more annoying about it.
Yeah, like, no, you need to talk to me. What the fuck's going on? Because it's like, if she's using, then it's gonna fuck up the whole shit with the show. Yeah. But now it's Thursday. Matthias tracks down the author, who tells him that in the 17th century, a Reverend Hawthorne, played by Andrew Prine, I think, accused a coven of Satan worshippers of creating music to control the women of Salem. As a result, Hawthorne had the women executed, but not before their leader, Margaret Morgan, played by Meg Foster, the creepy naked ghost that we've been seeing everywhere, put a curse on both the Salem women and Hawthorne's descendants, calling his bloodline the vessel by which the devil's child will inherit the earth. Heidi spends the night at Whitey's home. Jesus, that's a fucking sentence. Heidi spends the night at Whitey's home. Say that 10 times fast.
Yeah, say that one fast.
She tells him she's clean, and he tells her he knows
Really?
Yeah, she tells him that she's clean, and he's like, look, I know I'm not accusing you of using and stuff. It's just you're acting super fucking sketchy at the station.
Seem like you are.
She starts to tell him that ever since she heard the song, and every time after she hears it, it messes with her. She starts to cough up some blood, so Whitey gets up to call for an ambulance, and then the ghost creatures appear and touch him, and then he passes the fuck out. And then Heidi has a dream of being on a hospital table and having her insides ripped out before waking up in her own apartment.
Alien thing.
Yeah. She's having like a complete breakdown and begins using drugs again. Like, what?
It looks like she's hitting the crack pipe is what it looks like.
You have been clean for almost a decade. And then you have a weird bad dream and your first response is to go to drugs?
Weird bad dream. She was having a lot more than just weird bad dreams,
but
okay?
Here's the other thing though. Like, did that happen to Whitey?
None of that's explained.
You know?
The end of the movie does not tell you anything.
Because it's like...
By the way, everybody... But yeah, that the movie doesn't there's nothing summed up.
Yeah, but yeah, because it really is just, was she ever at his house? Because she wakes up at her house. So was she just dreaming?
Dreaming that, yeah.
But then I think at the radio station, Whitey, I think took her back to his place or something. It's like, it's all confusing because there's shit, it's not good. It's just not good. But
it's not good.
Oh no, it's Friday. Matthias does some more research into Heidi's lineage. I don't know why he would be specifically looking into Heidi's lineage. Like, if it's just because they sent her the record, it doesn't make any sense, but it's whatever. The research easily shows that Heidi is a descendant of Reverend Hawthorne. While under the influence of drugs, Lacey, Sonny, and Megan take Heidi to apartment 5.
That's the best idea.
While she's passed out,
they dragged her there, basically.
But yeah, because like they go in and they're like, oh, it's time to get the chair, and then they throw her in like this, like what looks like an old timey fucking wheelchair.
Yeah.
But it's crazy that this is the first time that she's using again in like, what'd you say, like 7 years?
Something like that.
And she already has junkie face. Did you notice? Like, she already had like fucking.
That was a quick transformation.
It's really fucking quick.
But she's degrading. She's being haunted.
I guess.
She's being degraded. Her body. She's getting all fucking no sleep and stuff. Devil's trying to sex her up all the time. To have some demons spawn.
They draw a sigil on the ground, and inside the apartment is now a huge opera house filled with demons seated on thrones on top of staircases. She approaches him.
Looking things jerking dildos off. It's some weird.
But you see, but do you see? This is what I'm talking about. Like this could have just been like normal like demons, but it's like Rob Zombie had to be extra and just make it stupid for the sake of like shock, and it wasn't needed. It wasn't needed.
Shock value.
But he's not. Value. He is the most milquetoast fucking rock star. They're fucking vegan. They live on a fucking farm in like Vermont. Okay, you were not like look jerking off fucking dildo priests. No, get out of here. Maybe when you were fucking part of White Zombie. Yeah, it's like maybe then, but now, dude, you're not that. You may look like Charlie Manson. You're not him. Like, get out of here. She approaches him and he screams and embraces her with tentacle-like arm appendages things, but later she finds her way back to her bedroom. Rob Zombie really knows how to make things just look utterly, completely ugly. The demons, the actor's makeup, the lighting. Yeah. What did Inari God say? Devil trying to sex her up is a quote I didn't know I needed.
Hell yeah. The devil's dick.
The sisters put Heidi to bed, tucking her in all nice and snug, and after they leave, an ugly little person demon thing stands next to her bed. Don't know what the fuck it's doing. It just comes walking in and just stands there. It's like, all right, man, I don't fucking looking like fucking Big Ed. Do you know who Big Ed is?
It sounds familiar, but I'm not
gonna from 90 Day Fiance, that dude with no neck. He looks like a human thumb.
Oh my god, yeah, dude. Yeah.
He looks like I don't even remember.
Has more of a neck than that guy.
He looks like that.
Fused his head to his body.
he looks like that character. I think it's like Battering Ram or something like that. The character from He-Man.
It's like Pizza the Hut.
It just yeah. But that's what this fucking demon thing looked like. So, well, it's Saturday. Time for the big concert. Matthias tells his wife he needs to check on something at the museum, and Whitey is taking a ride down to the dock and gives Heidi a call. So these are two different shots that should have been placed at different points. Instead,
or now we put it back in.
Now it's, oh, I need to go check out something at the thing. And then it's like, as he leaves, it immediately cuts to Whitey riding his bike. Now, at first, I thought it was him riding his bike somewhere. And I'm like, oh, where is he going? And then I find out, oh, it's Whitey. And I'm like, huh? Why wouldn't you show the Whitey scene and like him talking to Heidi and doing all that, and then cutting to him telling his wife, hey, I need to go check on something at the thing, which he doesn't go to the museum. He goes to Heidi's house. But at least then the cut is him walking outside the house, and then you could do like an insert shot of Heidi being all fucking drugged up or whatever, and then cut to.
Do you think it was just poorly placed, or did the edit bad?
I think the edit is bad because it goes Matthias talking to his wife and leaving, to Whitey talking to Heidi, him riding his bike to the dock, to then him talking to her, to then Matthias going to her apartment to it's the edit is like all jumbled, and it's stupid. But yeah, so Whitey is riding his bike. He goes to the docks. I don't know why he's going to the docks to make this call. He probably could have just gone to her house, but whatever. He talks to her about meeting up before the show to get some food, maybe just to talk, but she says no. He tells her that he may not have understood in the past, but that he may not have understood in the past, and that he might not even understand now, but he's here for her whenever she needs him. She tells him that she knows, and then hangs up. Heidi's apartment is now completely fucking trashed. That's a quick fucking turn. And Lacey is standing there and comments that she loves Whitey. It's not like, do you love Whitey? It's, you love Whitey. It's like, all right. Matthias arrives at Heidi's place and tries to try to tell her the truth about the Lords and her lineage, but is met outside by Lacey. So you see, this is what I'm talking about.
Okay.
So I had to rewind and stuff a bunch of times. So the last scene that we just got before it cut to Matthias was Lacey talking to Heidi in her apartment. Matthias now shows up and Lacey is outside brushing the stoop. She's sweeping the stoop. Do you see how the cut is wrong?
Yeah.
There's no concept of like how much time. There's like no concept of like where time went and shit. Yeah. I don't know. But it's like when I saw that, I was like, wait, is that Lacey? I think that's Lacey. And then I had to rewind and zoom in on the face. And I was like, okay, yeah, that's Lacey. And then I watch it, and then she's like, hi, I'm Lacey. And I'm like, but you were just upstairs in the very last scene. You were upstairs talking to her. Like, it could have been any of the other sisters up there talking to her, and then Lacey would be outside. But instead, Lacey is outside, but she was also just inside. But you didn't show a passage of time between those cuts. It's just like, well, she's here now. She's here. And it's like a lot of the edit is kind of fucking stupid in this.
Yeah.
But yeah, Matthias arrives at Heidi's place and tries to try to tell her the truth about the Lords, tell her about her lineage. He meets Lacey outside, who's sweeping the front stoop. Lacey invites him in to wait for Heidi. But this did answer a question that I had from before all the women of Salem were affected by the song, except for Matthias's wife, and of course, Heidi. Okay. I now realize that the curse only affects the women born in Salem.
Oh, they
not
weren't
the
born
women,
there.
Not the women that live there. That's why the song had no effect on her. When she heard the song played at first, when he was on the show, when they played it, it didn't affect her, and she was like, "Oh yeah, that song was fucking weird and everything." But she's like, "Yeah, but I recorded it." That's why it's like you didn't get to see any of the other women. Like, what is the fallout from after them hearing it? You know, because like you're seeing Heidi's, and Heidi is very amped up. She's at 11. You know, but then you see Matthias's wife, and she's just like, "Oh yeah, no, that song was fucking stupid," and then just goes. I've been painting the whole time. You know, so what about like The chick that was just standing there naked instead of getting in the shower. Did she go and kill someone? Is she still all fucked up? The women that were working on the bikes, are they still fucked up? Like, what,
yeah.
what? You don't get anything of what happened. Like, that could have been insert shots instead of those stupid, weird fucking psychedelic B-roll, or look, it's demon priest sitting there jerking off fucking shake weights and shit.
Weird little fat child that
it's like you didn't need any of that. You could have had shots of substance that actually said like, oh, this is what's going on, but he opted for
anyone driving crash.
Anyone driving, yeah, like that shit. Did they crash? Did they just like slam on the brakes and just sit there? Like, what the fuck is going on? We don't understand what's happening. But Lacey and her sisters, Lacey and her sisters kill him by bashing his head in with a cast iron frying pan. Heidi hears all of this taking place from upstairs, but does nothing because she's a junkie and can only crawl around. Cut to some creepy ass growling and snarling coming from apartment 5.
Good old apartment 5.
I found it weird that, like you said, he was flirting with Heidi on the radio station. But again, that was probably all like, they're on the radio. It's like, ha ha ha, oh, stuff like that. But then when they're talking, they're like, you wanna the whore, don't you? It's like, what are you talking about? He's like, no, dude, I'm happily married. It's like, yeah, I bet you are. It's like, what are you projecting right now? Like, I would have been like, nah, I think I'm gonna go, and I would have kept an eye on all of them because they all seem fucking creepy, and I would not let any of them get the fucking jump on me.
I would fucking be the last one leaving.
It's like, nope. Whitey arrives to pick up Heidi, and he's accosted by the 3 sisters. They're all like, oh no, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking go. So he moves past them and finds Heidi really fucked up. I think it's Lacey again that comes upstairs and is like, hey, tell him you're okay and you'll see him downstairs. It is something like that. So he's like, all right. And then he goes downstairs. And then eventually it just immediately cuts. So you don't even see what the fuck's happening there. It's just like, he's like, whatever. And then he walks downstairs. And then it immediately cuts to Munster standing in an alley outside the venue, looking super annoyed as Heidi and Whitey I fucking hate that those are their names, are walking down the alleyway. And he can clearly tell that Heidi's fucked up.
Yeah.
He takes one look at her, sees that she's fucked up, and immediately starts arguing about her physical and mental state. Heidi walks over to the venue door and tells, because Whitey's all like, look, we'll get through tonight. And then we'll talk about this tomorrow. We're gonna need to talk about this. Yeah. And then she says goodbye to them and then locks them out. I'm pretty sure when she closed the door, did it do that same stupid like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, House of a Thousand Corpses, like freeze frame, slow-mo, whiteout?
Kind of.
Right? That's another thing he uses in like all of his fucking films. Like, find a new goddamn transition. It's stupid, it's ugly, it only works in certain situations. Stop using it for fucking everything.
Tell him how you feel, Steve Dave.
The concert begins as the curtains rise up. The lights reveal the women of Salem in the theater. It's not a whole lot of women. Realize that? There's like 13.
32, I think they said.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's like 32.
This song is supposed to affect all the women of Salem. You're telling me in Salem, Massachusetts, there are only 32 women that were born in Salem? That is a major metropolitan fucking city. Get the fuck out of here. Absolutely not. Lacey, Sonny, and Megan begin the ceremony that calls forth the ghosts of Margaret and her coven in some sort of satanic rite. Margaret calls all the women whores. Yeah, Margaret calls all the women whores and some other stupid shit. They then start playing the Lord's music, which causes the audience members to strip off their clothing, and Heidi starts having surreal visions or some shit. It's all really fucking weird. And I even have written here, Zombie does shit like this in all of his fucking movies to the point it just bores me now. All of them. It's just boring now. It's just like M. Night Shyamalan. You go to see one of his movies, it's like, I bet you he's going to have a fucking twist in there. So Heidi gives birth to some strange creature, which kind of looks like some sort of Cthulhu-esque tentacle thing.
Yeah. It looks like a tentacle womb.
Heidi, white-eyed and standing atop the corpses of the naked audience members in like a fucking Jesus Mother Mary type fucking pose. as the three sisters
Virgin Mary.
stare up at her in awe.
Oh.
The next day, Heidi's station reports over the end credits that there was a mass suicide at a rock concert, as well as the disappearance of Heidi as she was last seen at the Lords of Salem concert, and she wasn't among the bodies found. And that is the, thank God, end of Rob Zombie's The Lords of Salem.
Thank God.
Here are some fun facts. There are no digital effects in this film. Everything is practical. Yeah. It was filmed in the actual town of Salem.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Rob Zombie imagined the witches to be as Manson-esque hippies.
Yeah.
I don't know if he knows what Manson-esque hippies are, because that's not what they were.
Hippies.
Yeah.
Oh, they were hippies.
That's Zombie
has movie. No. But the Mansons were hippies. They were fucking communist.
But it's like that just seems to be like he looks like Manson in jail. Same hair, same beard. Like, so it's like everything he does, it's like, oh, it's Manson-esque. It's like, fucking dude, stop sucking his dick. Nobody cares about him.
Well,
Zombie has hinted
Dahmer already. God.
Yeah. Zombie has hinted at the film being a metaphorical and spiritual prequel to his Halloween films. Get the fuck out of here.
Nothing to do with that movie.
Yeah. Footage was shot with Daniel Roebuck as a serial killer being interviewed on TV, but Zombie decided to go with clips from old movies featuring characters in masks instead. And I believe Daniel Roebuck ended up playing Grandpa on the Munsters.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I told you, like, he only casts like the same people that he's like fucking just over and over again.
Adam Sandler does the same thing.
The scene inside the church was shot in 10 minutes. This was shot in 21 and a half days. That seems like that took entirely too long for the amount of shit that happened.
I think that sounds a little quick for all the shit that he put into it.
I feel like it's
okay.
I feel like it's only like 4 locations. So like
4 locations with a lot of forced flashbacks, if you think about it.
Yeah, I guess. All the shots of the women listening to the Lords of Salem music on the radio were filmed inside the prop house. So it's like all the
affect anybody else's ears with that.
Well, yeah, all the different shots of people in different areas. It was just different places. They just moved the camera or changed like what the area looked like. That's probably why there were just 2 women sitting there working on a bike. You know what I mean? This was the last film Richard Lynch was in. The original script was bloodier and far more gruesome with a faster pace. So he decided to not go with the bloodier, gruesome, fast-paced movie and instead go with a slow burn, boring movie.
That you would figure he would take the other one.
Yeah.
That's what his thing is.
Meg Foster described working with Rob Zombie as an experience like no other in her career, comparing it to walking through a labyrinth. I don't know if that's good or bad.
Yeah, I don't know if that was a compliment to him or that was a compliment to the fact that he doesn't really know where he's going.
Yeah. So that's it for fun facts. Thank God. What is now your spoiler-free?
Spoiler.
Your spoiler review. What do you like? What do you dislike?
I like the mystique in it. I like the lore with the whole entire the witches and stuff like that and whatnot. But I mean, it wasn't really a like. It more or less it was on.
It's like it's there.
Yeah, like it was on. Yeah, that was it.
That's it?
Like, I can't really say that it was, like, anything of greatness.
That's definitely not a compliment. That's what Anari Gut said.
It's not a compliment. It can't be.
Okay, so this is a 2. This is a straight-up 2 for me.
I was going to do 3, but yeah, I'll go to 2.
Visually, there are some really good, creepy shots in this movie.
Yes. But they could have been done a lot better.
It's bogged down by a lead actress that is a terrible actress. It's bogged down with a story that's trying to be more deep than what it should be. Yeah, like, and then it's like he doesn't want to go with he didn't want to go with the faster, bloodier, more gruesome one, and instead went with one that really doesn't give you any information. It kind of just gives you like little bits of like little chunks, but then nothing happens the whole movie. It's like everything is kind of implied until the end. Like, was Whitey attacked by those ghosts, and now he just doesn't have a memory of it?
Yeah, did he?
Well, no, he definitely didn't die. I think if it did happen, they just knocked him out, and then they, in her like freak out, since they can turn they have, I guess, like portal technology or some fucking bullshit. They're fucking Pickle Rick and shit, fucking opening up fucking portals and everything. So like maybe like she passed out and like they brought her back, but none of that's explained. Is it all just in her head? Has she actually been secretly using? Because she's acting like a junkie, like from the offset. The beginning shot of her getting driven somewhere. Where the fuck? What is that? What is that shot?
That's deep reach on that one.
Yeah, but still, it's like, okay, so in the very first shot of this movie is her in the passenger seat of a car. There's no continuation of that shot anywhere in the film to let you know what the fuck the context of that is. It's just her sitting in the passenger seat with her head up against the fucking window.
I feel like there was stuff like missing, like stuff cut out.
Yeah,
like,
I feel like there's a lot of shit missing. That's why it's like that was her IRL. She didn't know they were filming it. And again, it's that's why it's like I would love to see Rob Zombie direct something that he has not written. I don't think. I think he.
Go.
I feel that he thinks he's on par with like a Scorsese, a Tarantino, even a Kevin Smith, where they write their own stuff and they direct their own stuff. He has not proven that his writing is good enough to be movies that are directed. Because even House of a Thousand Corpses, it doesn't really have a story. You're getting all the lore on the back end of him doing interviews where it's like, oh, well, it's like this and it's like this. And then there's like, oh, well, there's the sequel to it. What the hell was the sequel? It was House of a Thousand Corpses and then...
And then Devil's Rejects and the Three from Hell.
The Devil's Rejects. If you notice, the Devil's Rejects is completely fucking different from House of a Thousand Corpses.
Yeah.
So it's like, these are the same characters... And now it's a completely different like genre of movie. Now it's kind of like a heist getaway movie. You know, it's them just trying to get away. And it's like the characters aren't even the fucking same anymore. So it's like he needs, by all means, come up with like an idea for a movie and then give it to a competent screenwriter to write it and then direct that. But he should not be the one writing movies and then directing them. Because he's like in his own shit and his films just don't make sense. Like House of a Thousand Corpses, The Devil's Rejects, and Three from Hell are all three completely different movies, completely different genres, the exact same fucking characters. But they're also different characters. They're the same characters, but they're different characters. You know what I mean?
Same, but different.
They're the same, but now like all their character motivation is completely different from the past one. You know? Oh, but they'll still do weird... Because remember, like, Baby was all like, oh, hey, baby. Yeah. She was like some, like, amped up Betty Boop like shit. And then she's not like that. It's like, but that's her character. So it's, I don't know. I don't fully hate Rob Zombie. Like, I was a big White Zombie fan. I was a big Rob Zombie fan. I love his music. I love the House of a Thousand Corpses. Not so much Devil's Rejects. Not so much Three from Hell. I think he even has a cartoon.
I like the person the most. Cartoon?
Yeah, it's like El Diablo or something.
Yeah,
something like that. But when it comes to Halloween, like, I'm kind of indifferent with Halloween. Like, even the original, I like Jamie Lee Curtis. I like the idea of a killer that just kills. He doesn't have a purpose. Then they made it all convoluted where it's like, oh, well, Michael's trying to get back to his sister, who is Laurie Strode. And it's like, okay, fine. So the fact that that's what he's reimagining, like, those sets of films... I think this, like, original Michael Myers, I'm not fucking scared of. Like, I'm getting away from that guy. No. If he comes at me with a knife, I'm getting away from him. 100%. Michael Myers
not that
in Rob Zombies, fucking absolutely not. I'm not getting away from that guy. He's gonna fucking kill me. He's gonna kill me really, really hard. The kills in it, where the kills weren't the main thing of the original Halloween, this made it a slasher. And everyone talks about how Halloween was like one of the starts of the slasher franchise. Bullshit.
Yeah, they do. It's not.
Bullshit. It's not. It's just not. That's like saying Texas Chainsaw Massacre is the birth of the slasher genre. It's not. You don't fucking see anything. It can't be the birth of a slasher genre if you don't show the slashing. That's Nightmare on Elm Street.
Splashing.
Yeah, it's Nightmare on Elm Street. It's Friday the 13th. It's the what is it called? The burning, the slashing. What the fuck? It was the movie before. I think it came out before Friday the 13th, either produced or directed by Harvey Weinstein. Yep. Oh, yeah. Original story by Harvey Weinstein. Yeah. That's why no one talks about it anymore, because Weinstein's name's attached to it. It's not a bad movie. It's a 1981. It's called The Burning. Okay, so what this is a 2, right? We're going 2?
Said I'm fine with 2.
Okay. Next week's movie is going to be The Deep House. I don't remember where we would watch it. I watched it. Don't remember where. But here's the trailer.
On this part of the lake, there's a perfectly preserved house.
And that, I like how Norgod's like, oh, hell no. That is The Deep House. This is the only thing I will say as a primer for this. This is a movie that, like Chernobyl Diaries, had the technology in the film to be a found footage film. It's not a found footage film. They fucked up by not having it be found footage. You're going to watch it and you're going to be like, why wasn't this just found footage? Thank you, everybody, very much for coming by, and we will see all of you next time. Bye.
Next time.